Hello, LeaderTribe. Dr. Robster here, talking about one of the most important elements of leadership that you and I could ever imagine, and that is encouragement. Why is that? Nobody wants to feel like an assumption or an afterthought or somebody who, oh, well, yeah, they're around, but they really don't matter. You know, one of the worst things that could happen is when one of our employees or a friend or a colleague, they come up to us and they say, did you like this? Did you? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, you never said anything. And you just sort of want to say, well, you know, I assumed that you knew I really appreciate your work. I'm sorry, I should have said something. It's like, you assumed? Why not take the opportunity? What's the downside to you and to me as a leader of taking that opportunity to encourage people? Now, here's the deal. All of us like to be promoted. We like to do well in our jobs. We like the recognition of that. That feels really good to us. And when it happens, you can't wait to go home and tell your spouse or tell your friends or tell your relatives. But you know what really happens is, what about when the people under you who feel that same way, they're looking for that, but they don't get it. Why? Because we don't do it. Now, I want to give you a little hint right here. If you will do that for the people under you, the chance is way higher that it's going to happen for you. If I have a team at work and they're encouraged and they're loved on and they know where they stand and there's clear communication, and I'm in there and I'm going, dude, this really rocks. Look at this report. Are you kidding me? Thank you so much. That's exactly what I was looking for. You can begin to do things like that, and you're going to have this happy group. They're going to produce more. And guess what happens to bosses of happy groups that produce more? They get promoted. Now, if you're doing this to be selfish and say, I'm only doing this for them because I want to get promoted myself, you're a poser. You're going to be sniffed out. I mean, you can't fake this stuff. But here's what you can do. You can change your heart. You can say, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to be an encourager. Why should you do that? Well, because you're human, and human beings need this. Now, apparently not all. If you can believe it, research done, and it's not everybody who says that they love or appreciate or will work better or do more as a result of encouragement. Did you know that? There's some people who they say it doesn't really affect them. You know who those are? 2% of the population. 2%, that's it. 98% of the population says encouragement does things like helps me to be more resourceful, to be more motivated. It even, according to the research, has to do with their health. Those people who are constantly encouraged, they're not sick as much. They don't call in sick, they don't do that. Why? Because they're happier people. You and I have the opportunity to do that. And if we can do it for them, trust me, the good things in that, they're going to come back to us. Now, this research came out of a book called The Leader's Legacy. It's Kouzes and Posner, absolutely the finest leadership researchers in the history of the world. And we're going through some of the aspects of their book. I love these guys. They also wrote The Leadership Challenge, and they wrote The Truth About Leadership. Why do I love their work so much? Because what they do is they do the research and they say, here's what we discovered, and then they say, here's how you can apply it in your own life. It's the best stuff out there. That's what I do with my research. I think that's why I resonate with them. Right from the beginning, I've said, okay, you read some Harvard Business Review article, and a lot of people don't want to read it because it sounds like a little academic mumbo jumbo, and they're like, I'm not an academician. Why should I use that? Words that they don't have to use, but they're trying to make it sound all smart. Well, I read that stuff and I break it down and I say, what are they really saying? And then how can normal people apply that? How can we have the Harvard Business Review for dummies, but it's really for really smart people, but they want to apply those things in their lives? That's the type of research these guys do, and that's one of the reasons that I love them so much, because they are the ones who will recognize that people have a genuine concern to feel appreciated by those around them. Now, here's my challenge for you. Do you appreciate the people around you? Do you appreciate the people at work, or are you somebody who's unappreciative? And if you do, you've got to tell them. You've got to look them in the eye. Now look, I knew I was about to do this video, right? And so I thought, Rob, are you doing that? And I thought, overall, not too bad, but there's one person in particular I hadn't encouraged in a while, and this lady is a rock star. So I just finished writing her a note saying, can I tell you what? You are a rock star. You are so meaningful to me, to my wife, to our family. The work that you do, the way that you crank it out, it's awesome. And I think that she already knows that and has all that love, but you know what? She doesn't have to, I don't have to worry about whether she knows. And I'm sure later today she'll go, oh, thanks for the encouragement, writing me back. It's just a joy to serve with you guys. Yeah, she'll say that. Why? Well, because she's awesome and because it's true and because we love each other and because we have a great working relationship because we both are encouragers in that. That's the type of thing that you really want. Think about this. Think about your best boss ever and your worst boss ever. Best boss ever. Did he encourage you? Did you know where you stand? Was the communication clear? Worst boss ever. Did he encourage you or did he just critique you all the time? Now, you got a choice. Do you want to be the best boss ever or the worst boss ever? Hey, I've done a little free download for you this week, 10 ways that you can encourage somebody, 10 ways that you can encourage somebody. Make sure to check that out. This is Dr. Robster. I'm at LeaderTribe. Any way that I can serve you, I look forward to doing this. I hope that you find this helpful. You know what would be very meaningful for me is to jump down in the comments or to go over to the Facebook page or just write me an email at rob@leadertribe.com and say, hey, Rob, I saw the video. Here's one way that I encourage somebody this week. That would be encouraging to me. Hey, this is Dr. Rob. Have a great week. Thanks for watching LeaderTribe.